We have been hearing about the new national education policy, and many of the students and parents today are confused about this 3 year and 4 year journey. I understand that as per the new national education policy, if a child wants to take an exit after 3 years, they will graduate with a BBA degree, and the fourth year will give them a honors degree, right?
Right.
You, as a professor with academics on one side, how do you see, and what are your 3 points why somebody should think of doing an honors?
Okay, so I think this fourth year introduction and extra year introduction has been, I think, the most transformative thing in the national education policy. See, what used to earlier happen was we used to typically have a 3 year undergraduate degree program. And after that, each student had to make a decision with respect to their career. You take up a job after that, or, pursue a higher education degree. Now, after 3 years, I don't think you have that kind of a clarity, that kind of a maturity to really take up, and you really understand what you need to do. What this fourth year, and if I have to give you what happens here at JGBS, is that you have the option of taking electives, all electives in the fourth year. So you have all the freedom and flexibility to explore, what courses, so maybe I take 2 of marketing, I take a digital marketing, I take a brand marketing, I take a luxury marketing, right? And then I see that, okay, so this is something that I like. And I also take, few analytics courses, few technology courses, right? So I'm still figuring out. Then I have the last semester again with me, and then I see, okay, so technology analytics is something that I want to continue in, and I further this thing. Then what you do after that is you get into a corporate role with much more clarity, right? That these are the specializations that were there. I understand now. Or even if you're pursuing a higher degree, postgraduate degree. So I have seen students taking up very specific degrees, once you have that much clarity that, okay, I want to do in analytics also, I want to do a marketing analytics, okay? So even abroad, so this kind of clarity is really appreciated. And we also have a research track in the fourth year. So what will happen in a research track is that you would be given, coursework related to research. So research methodologies, okay? So quantitative methodologies, qualitative, how do you carry out research? You will also have the opportunity to work very closely with faculty members on a dissertation, right? So now somebody who's interested in pursuing that career, a research-oriented career, you want to do a PhD or something like that, this fourth year really helps you. Now, so people, as you said, students have the option of exiting, after, NEP gives that option. But if you stay till the fourth year, the clarity, the maturity, the sensibility that you would have after having undergone such a rigorous, portfolio of courses, I think that will be very different from a 3-year student who exits.
Thank you, Professor Sonam. Friends, it is obvious that pursuing fourth year has its own advantages, and therefore the way the fourth year has been curated in terms of the research pathway, opting for electives, opting for cross electives from the other school, I think it is a game changer.